and welcome to I Found Your Pencil, a podcast depicting a few special, or I guess I should say, unique moments from my life. My name is Whitney, and on this podcast I talk about some of the unique experiences and unique moments I've had growing up and moving abroad as an American moving to Japan. And thank you so much for joining me, so I guess I'll just hop into it. Today's story is kind of unusual in the sense that I was unconscious for most of it. When I was in my early 20s, I had an incident with my teeth that I had a back tooth that was actually impacted, and it caused some segment of my jaw to get infected, and I had to go into a dentist for a prolonged removal operation or sequence. I remember going into the dentist office feeling moderately nervous about being put under anesthesia. I've never been put under anesthesia in my life before up until that moment, and I remember thinking, oh, this is kind of bizarre. I don't know, I'm one of those people that struggles with going to sleep at night sometimes because the question of where does consciousness go somehow keeps me up, but that's besides the point. In this particular episode, I went in to get this procedure done, and I remember going in and laying down in the chair, and I remember they had the anesthesia in, and I remember I put on this kind of mask, and the anesthetic was being administered to me, and I remember them saying count back from 10, and of course you don't even make it to 7. You're gone by the time you get to 7. And I woke up, seemingly, half an hour later. They'd completed the operation, and I was rather bemused. I thought, wow, this went rather painlessly. I don't know why, but I expected there to be some kind of disorientation, or I don't know. I don't know what I expected, but I woke up and I looked around the office, and the nurses were there, and the dentist was there, and I was relatively, I was in a good place. And I said, how was it? And they said, oh, you did great. Good job. And I was kind of like, well, I don't remember anything, but I will appreciate it nonetheless. Thank you for your hard work. And I reached up to put my hand on my head and my forehead to wipe away maybe some sweat or something. And I realized that the area around my eyes was damp. I turned to the nurse and I said, excuse me, was I crying? And she goes, no, nothing like that. No, you were fine. You were great. And I had the sense that maybe they weren't being totally honest with me. I'm sure that it's a common thing, or maybe it's more common I expect it to be, that people cry under anesthesia. But it was bizarre. It was bizarre feeling my cheeks. I reached up with both hands at that point. I kind of wiped away what was unmistakably tears on my cheeks. And I thought, what the hell had I just done? And what had I just said? It was bizarre, and it was unique. It was almost as if someone else was in my body for a moment, piloting, and who knows, maybe I told them a story or two while I was under anesthesia.